Hmm. Here we go with the aftermath of the birth scene, I guess. Dr. Waldman obviously concerned about the monster and you know how dangerous it could be. Henry obviously is like all cocky right now because he's like, oh, I created life, now I'm like God, and he's not understanding why his protege or his teacher isn't like, you know. I mean, science is kind of like that. Scientists do tend to want to know every little thing about what makes things happen, and you know what? But that's also a human thing. I don't see that as anything wrong with it. Um, I mean, by him learning the secrets of how to create life, you also learn how to cure different ailments and all that other stuff. But he does it arrogantly, and that's what makes it wrong. Is that he does it arrogantly. He does it without any um, moral consequence to what will happen to anyone, even the creature he created. I mean, regardless of how it was made, whether it was stitched together or made from one whole body, it's a human being now, and it's got the mind and emotion of a human being. In this case, a baby. Mhm. Make been kept in complete darkness. I don't understand why you would do that. 3 days of being in darkness. But here we're about to be revealed to the monster, Frankenstein's monster. Um, Kind of a cool way. He kind of just backs up into the shot. How it is that he opens the door, I don't know. Maybe it was already opened up a little bit, and all we had to do is push through it. But look, this also kind of reminds me of my uncle because he had the same kind of flat head. I just love that look in his face, and then the close-ups. You get like 2 or 3 close-ups. There you go, and then a wide shot. And he kind of walks like a newborn baby would when they first learn to walk, like very careful steps, almost kind of tipping over and then catching himself. The makeup effect by Jack Pierce is amazing as well. It is developed even better in the sequel because obviously he goes through a lot at the end of this film, so the makeup's changed a bit. But obviously with the brain of a criminal, the brain's already kind of developed, so he has basic motor functions, understanding, and all that. He just he doesn't develop speech in this film. In the book, he develops speech by learning how to read books and all that. But in this, he only gets the speech by the second film, and then it's kind of wiped away by the third film for whatever reason. Here he finally shows him some sunlight. I just love the look in his eyes. You do have the makeup over his eyes to kind of give it more of a dead look. And if you notice, his cheeks are sunken in. I believe all he had to do was take out his teeth, so he could suck in his mouth to give it more of a dead look. Because obviously, if you're dead, you're gonna decay. And one of the first things that starts to decay, I believe, is the mouth area, or face area rather, or at least the first noticeable area. You can see all the stitchings also. Man, it must have been like rigorous for him to go through all this. I'm still not revealing the name. I might reveal it sooner than the movie does, but I'm not sure yet. I love how he was just reaching in the air too, and now he's kind of. It looks like he's kind of begging for attention or food or something like that. This is so like. There's no reason for it. He just likes to torment the creature, and once again, like, he comes into life and automatically people are tormenting him. And it's wrong. Now they're fighting him, but it's like, okay, if I had a torch waved in my face, I'd go crazy too. And they're not thinking, well, this is a normal human reaction. They're thinking, oh, he's a monster. They don't think that, well, you know what, maybe Fritz coming out here with that torch was not a good idea. It is never explained how he has the strength of 10 men. I mean, he is just a human being. And Henry's basically at his wit's end with the creature, obviously. Now, this is another thing that was kind of cut out until the 80s. The up-close things of the fire near his face. Because torturing a monster, was also, I guess, proved as wrong. Which it is, morally, but, Well, you torture small animals, they will eventually get at you. He hung him. Now they're scared, obviously. Well, you haven't shown the man any kind of love since he's been born. I mean, how else would you react? Now he's trying to rationalize it. Now, if he has the strength of 10 men, don't you think he would have, bashed through that door? And we're coming up to another scene that was cut out. It's a very, very small scene. An extra, I think only one hypodermic shot into his back was shown, and then, I think there was, 2 others that were taken out. See more fire in his face, and okay, no, I guess that one scene was taken out. I don't remember too much about the very small edits. I do remember that God scene being cut out, or glanced over, and then another scene later on with the little girl. I do remember that this film, as well as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, were inspirations for the Incredible Hulk for Stan Lee. He always kind of felt sorry for the monster, and so did I. I mean, even as a child, I felt like it was wrong. Like this person's born into this world, not by his asking, but by the will of others, and all he's being is tortured and tormented, and you know what I mean. Like I said, it's just another word for prejudice. Another way of showing prejudice. The fear of the unknown. I do like the father character, even though he's small. He's a small, minor character, because he just basically speaks his mind. It's like, I don't care. It's like, this is an ugly place, so why would my son be in an ugly place like this? He's very impatient, too. He knocks and then expects him to come like 2 seconds later. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just kind of getting caught up in the movie for a second here. I don't have much to say about this part. I mean, it seems like the Victor character was just thrown in there. He doesn't really do much in the film. I believe that's wine he's giving him. Like, I just love how wine is the cure for fainting, as opposed to water. That is actually true. They actually do preserve the papers, because as we'll see in Son of Frankenstein, Ghost of Frankenstein, and the rest of the sequels that happen all the way up until Young Frankenstein. Even though it's not a Universal film, I do consider Young Frankenstein to be the final film, because it is kind of in continuity. Now, I don't understand why he's doing this. I mean, you're supposed to kill the monster, but yet he's doing an autopsy on him. And now he's putting down basically that he has to dissect him. Like, are you serious? Like, I mean, I would think that a scientist or a doctor would know how long whatever he put into him would keep him, asleep. So, like, why not just kill him right off the bat if that's what you're gonna do?